So, right. Where did I put the... Yeah, it's laying here, right. Pedal cam is here. Come on. Right, okay then. Anything else? So, I can close this tab, I would say. Yeah, the fact that Diva is now on the top of the searches on the hub. That's what I was looking at just before I went live. Not on the hub. I need to make very careful phrasing. Like, I wasn't on the hub actually. Not now. I hope I may do that later. Although that stuff is... It's not quite the category I usually browse on. Not usually, and I still have some stuff on my watch later list over there that needs to be dealt with. So... I guess I always like accumulate a shit ton of stuff on watch later list. Although I'm actually getting through it finally. It's just... a certain type of stuff needs quite a bit of time commitment. You can't just like part of it. Oh yeah, right. We need non GT3. We need to actually. I don't even need to change the car because I'm getting an SRXP back. So we need on SGP back, which will always have mixed class grid, which means the primary car is being used. No, not the silver arm split, we need the pro split. GT4 and pro split. So what are the lap times being driven on GT4? 37.6 so far. But that's 2 laps in from Croatia, that's nothing. Temperatures a bit on the lukewarm front. God, I need to shave, by the way. Like, my beard growth rate is just so bloody slow that, like, it's too slow to warrant me shaving, like, every day. But it's too far. Like, it's so slow that it, like, takes ages to grow a beard, so I can't really grow a good beard, but, like, it's also so... it takes ages to grow a beard, and it takes ages for me, like, to need to shave, so I don't daily shave. And it's also, like, it starts at some point to get annoying, and you're just stuck in the, like, annoying phase for ages. It's, like, tickling my chin. My own hair is tickling my own body, yeah. That's an interesting combination. Right. As I said, if it's a bit warmer track temps, I think I'm gonna take a bit of pressure out of the tires. Although we could experiment a bit around with the setup still, because I wasn't quite happy, and well, the second race last night went completely wet, so Not much testing getting done there.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Who do we have there? A brown car. Alright, welcome back to Belgium. It stops. Excuse me. Why would it stop growing if you put. Oh, wait. Well, putting tape on there doesn't help, but pulling it back off helps. That's what you mean. Because I was like, wait a second, just putting tape on there doesn't do anything helpful.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You need to actually, you know, pull it off again. I can at least say that I have a half decent chin line, I would personally say. So it's not like I need to hide it on beard. I should just generally do more things. In terms of taking a bit more care of my body in some sense. Well, when you're not really going outside that all that much, irrelevant if there's a pandemic or not, mustering up the will to care is a bit difficult. Oh yeah, welcome to Zolder, I guess. And we jump over chicanes. As far as I know, this is the strategy for that chicane. You clip the you jump over the first part and avoid the second curve like the plague. Here, you cut as much as you possibly can, which is a shit ton. And you take this corner here flat out, if possible.
Clear on the right.
Most like it is the case, at least for my car. Pretty sure the Porsche and the McLarens would probably like slightly lift. But they're still very quick because it's two high-speed corners on the circuit, which isn't anything. And quite few hard braking zones, which is the bigger issue. And it seems also a very abrasive track surface that kills my tires. So
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
and it's also pretty cold temperatures in general.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
I mean, 20 degrees Celsius isn't really cold, but like in ACC terms, it's definitely not hot. Yeah, track limit abuse you can get away with in that chicane is a lot. 1.2 seconds off the pace. Well, that was only the low pressure lap. Now we have the nearly at full pressure lap, and it's barely an improvement. That is not a good sign.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Say barely an improvement, but it's only like. Just look at this shit. Like, this is the problem with this track. This car does weird things at times and tries to fuck you over. I can actually. This track is just odd in the sense that I can produce one lap pace. I cannot have continuous pace on this car. It seems to just kill itself on this circuit. The tires completely die very quickly. Considering I have to do here 60 minutes on a set, this is really not good news for me. And that was actually track cuts, that's a bit too far.
Yellow flag acceptable.
Also, I'm actually carrying a bit less fuel than I think usually I would in practice sessions. I'm not on qualifying fuel for sure. Not quite on race fuel, I would carry more fuel than this into the race. Actually, how high is my fuel consumption right now? I've got 1.9, it's telling me.
Yellow flag acceptable.
Ah, too fast there. That cost my exit pretty badly there. What about 3/10 up? It's not qualifying, so it doesn't matter really much. Maybe I should make a wider entry there. I mean, it's not like the Porsche ran away from me with his line, but it looked definitely interesting. Hope I'm not like annoying you, Snyder, by driving 5 inches away from you. God, I'm getting Americanized. It's starting to say inches instead of centimeters. That's fine. I'm still making way too many mistakes. Despite my unusual high amount of practice laps. And, I mean, Snyder is not particularly fast. I think you want to let me by, or what are you wanting to do?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I was considered following you around the circuit and perhaps figuring out a way to pass you. Oh well. I'm still running the same line. Front left is still a bit low on pressure. Actually early there somehow. I thought I was late on the brakes. Now I'm actually up there with them suddenly. And the track was already optimum, so it's not like it's rubbering in, but I'm going slightly quicker. As I'm doing laps. Can fix slight tire discrepancies after the session. We right now need a bit of long run pace testing. I think this brake bias is pretty darn solid. She's stopping. There's slight locking occasionally on both rear and front, but the thing is stopping. I did run my first LFM race yesterday with too far rearward bias, and the thing was not faring too well. That's not good for my rear tires. The rear tires are really suffer on this circuit for some reason. Is that in front of me? Weber. Let's hope he doesn't take flight lessons. Ooh, that's a bit wide. Somehow not track limits. That's not a track limit violation, I find interesting. Okay, that's... I feel like following cars I lose grip. Am I now gonna pretend a GT4 is gonna be affected by dirty air? Or it's just in my head? I'm voting for option B.
Clear on the left.
Oh yeah, the tires are now letting off. Let's get by this
Car
guy.
on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag in sector 2.
It's practice, I don't mind people racing me in practice. It's good practice. Both them and me. Gives me an idea where they're faster and where I'm faster. And they get used to being around me. I'm 8/10 off the pace already. Car's really dropping off a cliff. And that's about 15 minutes after coming out of the pits. I think perhaps a bit more. I think 20 minutes nearly. 15 to 20 minutes and then the tires are dead already. That's nuts. Okay, the thing is getting squirrely on the rear.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Yeah, that doesn't work. That's definitely a massive error there. Actually, I want to see is Saphire driving here tonight because he is signed up again. Oh god, my chin. The Porsche driver has pulled out half a second on me. He wasn't previously on provisional practice P1, but well, he is.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Actually, this lap was half competent. Problem is I have absolutely no consistency anymore. at that stage of the stint. It's just really strange.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
But I have never tried with this car actually driving on brake pad 3. It might make sense, because I mean we're not using the full brake force anyway at any point. Really, so
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out.
we could just sacrifice a bit of brake efficiency at that point. Because the brake pads do matter with this car. Usually, like, oh yeah, you can just slap brake pad 1 for the GT3 for sprint races on, and it's like, it might change something, it might not. Most likely it won't.
Yellow flag is acceptable.
Gains are fairly minimal to non-existent. I mean, it helps for qualifying if you want that perhaps 10 for 2. I don't know if it's that much you can gain with brake pad 1. But with type 2, it's like the smoothness of how the pad applies its force doesn't matter really with type 1 and 2, with a GT3 or even GT4. You only care about it because of wet weather conditions where you want type 2 pads. Otherwise it doesn't really matter. Right, let's pull over so we can actually save our results on this tire set. So I mean, we're not doing too bad, honestly. Although I think this is relatively close to what I'm gonna do in qualifying and pace-wise, even when there's a lot of fuel in the car right now. There's no graining yet on the tires. Just a good sign. Me suspecting it is already a bad sign. Oh, it tells you a bit. But I suspect there could be graining on tires. I mean, I could try actually changing the differential preroll. It's just I don't fucking know how precisely it works again. Which direction I would have to move for it to get the car to have a bit less power oversteer out of the corners. I know there's some direction that does it. I don't know which one. It's a difficult part. Well, yeah, it seems Muffa has not turned up. There's 7 Porsches, Cayman specifically, today. There are 11 GT3s. GT4 grid has really thinned out. Really badly thinned out. So Panic has also decided to go past me now. So we have 3 Porsches and a McLaren in front of us. With Iversen quite a bit behind us actually. Austin, the Audi, right on the Alpine, Blumen, and further back. Snyder back there as well. I mean, either Blumen has gotten worse. The track selection doesn't favor his. I mean, the track selection clearly can favor his car, given that there's still someone like Krejci qualifying in front of me.
Green light, give it all you can.
Seems to me either Blumen has gotten worse. My perception isn't particularly bad enough. Perceived him just being way faster than he actually is. Or, you know, I've gotten better. Which I assume that's not really the case. I mean, people are like, oh, you're the master of the Maserati. Like, I halfway know this car. I can load it onto most tracks because you have like 4 setup options and you need to adjust a few things before you roll out. Usually. Well, otherwise I wouldn't really. I mean, I am an expert of this car, but it's like I don't think I've improved in while driving this car that much.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I assume you wanted to let me by. Great, because this will give a clear air up to Blumen. Probably a bit more forward brake bias for qualifying. But probably not that much, but considering those tires lock up very easily. Track very much wanting to seize the tires up very quickly. Lumen must have had an off. Come on, Lumen, just hit it at this point. You're holding us all behind you up. Oh yeah, there's my wheel spin now. On the low fuel. Maybe a bit of cable, please. Felt like a pretty nice run for the chicane there. Then again, this is just the banker lap effectively. Till you're invalidated. Bloom is actually slightly going faster than me right now. Tires still not quite up to temp, especially the fronts. That rotation was so satisfying. I feel like Blumen hurts me and is now on a mission to prove me that he can still drive fast. Ooh, hello there.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Oh no! Failure to go into second gear and then slight lockup. .36.9, oof. Still not escaping those 36s. Damn. Still damn to them. High 36. Oh, come on, shitbox. One mid 36 finally. How much oversteer does this thing produce suddenly? It's so much more toxic to drive on low fuel. 10th down already, can't afford that really. Ah, I hit the second curb, that's killed momentum there. There's a bad line for there. Nothing in terms of gains, like come on. I'm a full second off the pace, what the fuck? These crap. Like, why is it just impossible to qualify this car? Well, like it has the 1 lap pace only, it's not good in like long runs. And you can't put quali pace in there. It's so bizarre. I don't know where those 2 10s came from, but okay, we're gonna take them. Oh, I hit the second part still, and still losing more time. Didn't I lose last time enough time? Probably.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Run through there. Bad corner there. Up very early there. And very interesting how I suddenly gained on that lap way more time than before. Like, I was fighting and fighting and fighting, and suddenly the car just clicked again and it went. Seems to have a very narrow operational window here on this track. And then he gets... He's a 1 lap wonder, it seems, tonight. A bit unfortunate. He hasn't had the best races recently, that's why I was like thinking, yeah, this aligns with him, but like... And then he comes around like, no, I can still fight. And I'm like, good for you. Looking forward to that. Well, I don't think I will actually improve any further in this. Need to check if we have a mandatory pit stop in this race. Probably not. But I would prefer so. Lock up into turn 1. Straight on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. It's early, but I don't think there's anything anymore in there. And the tires have packed up on this. This set has packed up already. It's very frustrating considering the girls. Just a panic. Still feel like I can take that right hand after that chicane a bit faster. Feels like I'm just taking it so wrong. Oh, I can brake so much later than me. Let's see what it's gonna be from him. And he goes up to P3. What's Menno gonna do? Probably improve as well. Yep. Because he is still half a second off for us. How fast were actually the times in free practice? We never checked that. The 36.8 was my fastest, with Ryzen's fastest timing 36.4. And now in qualifying, the fastest time is a 35.9 and I'm with a 36.5. Okay, there's slight improvements there, but it's just like, it's a grind. I'm matched basically with everybody else for the first sector. Everybody's doing 33 seconds in the first sector. The fastest sectors being on my fastest lap. Yeah, basically everybody's doing like 33.0 something in the first sector. Barring Blumen. Blumen actually is slower in the first sector. Second sector I'm off Krejci about 4/10. And in the last sector I'm about a 10th off him. Middle sector is a bit of ground. Panic continually improving, and he has now set a very fast first sector, although it's still like less than a 10th faster than me. That's peanuts. There's a lot of... Krejci is by far the fastest in the first sector, while most drivers are driving 31.3s in the first sector, including myself, although I'm closer to 31.4. The final sector is going down to like 31.8s, mostly 31.8 high, but I'm in a 32.0 in that sector. So yeah, my strong first sector, my Porsche driver was trading the fastest sector for 1 up there. Which gives us an idea, like, at first... How long is the first? Yeah, the first sector goes turn 1, 2, and then effectively, if we don't count the long kink, we're up turn 3, that 4th gear right-hander, at least 4th gear for me. That thing, that one is the last corner in the sector, and then halfway down the straight to the first chicane, you get the sector split. And when you head for the first chicane, second chicane, and then you go up out of the S's there. Precisely here, over the hump there, is the sector split. The sector 3. So sector 2, sector 3 then. Sector 3 is this hairpin. And then the final chicane. Which is why I'm a bit slower there, although I'm not that far slower. This is interesting. Pretty competitive in these sections. Sector 2 has a lot of has also 2 heavy braking zones, but has a high speed corner out of it. Sector 1 has a half heavy braking zone into turn 1. It's not that heavy. It's not particularly long braking zone. You have another shorter braking zone into turn 2, but then it's basically flat for the rest of the sector. The GT3s are now heading out. How has the GT4 gone? Krejci has improved further to a 35.8. Yes. Emmanuel has improved, but he wasn't able to pass me in the end. So, yeah. Yeah, Krejci has moved his second sector even further down. Like, he's by far the fastest driver in the second sector. Which is really interesting. He's just way faster than everybody else there. I find it interesting that Blumen cannot compete with him there in the second sector. Which lap was it that Krejci put his... Yeah, the final lap. Yes. Let's actually grab the replay because I find that interesting that he's so fast in the second sector there. He might do something slightly different than us. Which car is actually Krejci? 108. There he is. Right, let's see. No inch spare to that wall on the outside. Using a low gear to get the thing rotated through them. Because the line through these chicanes is very important. Now in sector 2, what does he do? Light clip? Heavy clip over this curb. Oh! He's going a different strat through this sector than me. He goes heavy clip for the second curb. Went very fast into there, but that worked. Takes very big liberties on the inside there. And then is able to take this corner, I think, fully flat there. Yeah, he skips. I find that interesting because I feel like I lose actually momentum doing that. But on the other hand, you don't need to brake as hard. I need to stop a lot harder to clip the first curl. I feel like he gets bounced around there. He's a bit hot in there, but that's fine enough. He takes liberties a lot on the inside there. I think that's something I can improve. I'm definitely not sure like I can do the second jump because it's like he gets unsettled a lot. Does he do that consistently? Yeah, that's a question for me. Like, does he do this jump every single lap? Okay, here he takes less jump. This car gets very little unsettled from this curb here. I should probably look inside. Slight unsettling. My car jumps a lot more there, I have to say. Like a minor bump there. Okay, here he got hit both curbs and that didn't do well for the car. He's trying something, but he isn't quite there, I think. The issue is like getting unsettled over the first part and then getting unsettled over the second. You don't want to hit both cups, you want to hit one or the other. So okay, let's find... someone else. Not Blumen, I think. The version I would like... Ah, for fuck's sake, it's really again. Rebuy all the GT3 please. Martian, okay. He's the other Porsche driver, one of the fast Porsche drivers, so let's see how he takes the chicane. Yeah, everybody goes for clipping the second point. Why are you doing this wrong? It's complicated. I feel like instinctively you want to clip the second part. I thought the first part was faster. It could be that I'm competitive in the second sector just because I do this corner right. That would be interesting to know if I'm like... If it's just because I know what the hell I'm doing in that sector. We're gonna have to see in the race to be particularly blunt about that. Like, when we're right behind each other, how we take this chicane. My advantage is I have to slow down more to hit the apex, so I can just do that. Although there's the risk of me running straight in their back as soon as they bounce out of the chicane. I feel like it's a lot safer, my line. Through there. It seems they can just take this curb easier than me, which is a very interesting situation. My car gets way more unsettled over it. Very interesting stuff. Right. I want to see what else is happening on... So Bullwinkle is right now on provisional pole, but he's not listed as in the pits when he's standing in the pits. That is... very bizarre. Käufer with his Porsche in P3. Otoski in P4, Hartmann in P5. Yeah, we have a few Audi drivers here tonight again. Quite a few. A lot of Audi M4s, Porsche, more M4s, and a V8 Aston. I mean, the GT4 feels much better. Like we have a bunch of two McLarens, we have 7 Caymans, we have 3 Alpines, which are all in a neat row in terms of position behind each other, and then we have also an Audi. Like, yeah, we've mainly made out of Porsche, Alpines and McLarens, and that's it. Similar to how GT3 is made up of Audis, BMWs, and Porsche. With Rogue Aston thrown in there. Who is woefully unable to compete with it. I thought Herzog is a quite fast driver, if I'm not mistaken, or wasn't he? Because he is struggling like 2.3 seconds off the pace right now. A little bit sad. Zantan is making me slightly tired. Hello there, how are you doing? I mean, we're watching just GT3 qualifying right now finish up. That might count. I wanted to just open the setup actually. Oh, and yeah, I wanted to check actually if I have mandatory pit stop. Right. Hello, okay, can we open this? So, pit stop. Event configuration? Yeah, 1 hour race. No pit stop count. Refueling is allowed, but no pit stops. So yeah, I have to come with a full fuel. God, why am I getting tired right now? I think 36 seconds is good enough for the lap time. Those GT4s. Okay, that's 1.6 per lap. 60 minutes divided by 1.6. That's 37.5 laps. That makes 39 laps. Oh, yeah, I know it makes 37, but like I add 2 laps extra. And then I was burning about 1.9. I'm gonna take 1.92 just to be safe. So 75 liters. We don't need that much fuel. I could try increasing the differential. Oh yeah, but we have like 3 minutes here to check what the differential preload does. I know, it's not long enough to like even watch. That's very interesting with the differential. If you have a lower value, it will give you more oversteer and coast, but you have more understeer in the lower gears. So kind of what the issue is I have both like off throttle oversteer times, and I have on throttle oversteer. With interesting enough on lower preload you have less understeer in higher gears, which doesn't quite matter for me. I don't really need to care about that part. But there is less rotation on the higher preload, but more oversteer, and like we're having power out issues in corners as well. So it's like the diff isn't this magic board for me to fix my problems in this case. Yeah, I need to buy the replacement cable on my next because I am seeing occasionally pixels pop up on it. White pixels pop up, which is an indication that the cable is starting to fail. And that is not good at all. But it's kind of like also expected. This cable is at this point 2.5 years old, I think. No, I think it's not quite 2 years old in next. It's not quite 2 years, but nearly this index. And people kill these cables way quicker than me. I've had it actually like without many issues for a long time. Despite like how many hours I've put through this headset. Yeah, I just don't know where to go on the setup really to aid my problems. I think I just give up. Right. I just noticed that the GT4 there's a McLaren on pole, a McLaren in P4, and 2 Porsches in the middle of the sandwich. And then I'm sitting on the outside of the sandwich. I'm serving against the plate. The Maserati is the plate. The McLaren are the bread. And the Porsche or the salad. So, interesting sandwich there. Hinton Woodson has caught up with him. Thank you very much. We're finally gonna be done. There's one car coming up. One final car. Actually, in the end, Herzog has improved. He's put himself up to actually P4. He's 0.385 of pole position there, which is a significant improvement. Making the field spread over the entire GT3 class 1.2 seconds. Not too bad, not too bad. And over there's Blumen. Punning in front. Krejci in the pole set of GT4, right in front of Matjen. We have alongside us again. Yeah, we have Menno as alongside us there. We have Alpines behind us, which is, you know, somewhat of a good thing. Hey, bloody Alpine pain. Anything left that I need to do? Not much time left. God damn it, that was a yawn and a half. Funny, a bunch of BMWs out of the back of the GT4 free field. But the Audis are fairly well spread. In GT4, the Porsches are both on the sharp end and on the back foot. So that's an interesting situation there. It's a long wait, yeah. It's finally gonna be soon over. I can go racing. I think it's a 6-race season. Yeah, it's a 6-race season, right? Because on the website, Watkins Glen was missing. So it was a 5-race season for some reason, but like, it is a 6-race actually. We're going to Watkins Glen next week to finish the season off. There we definitely have a shot at winning. Because it's the Glen. And I'm really fucking good at the Glen. Although Krejci now in the McLaren, I'm not sure he's going to like let that race slide away from him again. And Blumen was really fast at the Glen last time around as well. So it's like, And then we have Matjen and Sapanik as fresh faces here in the GT4 Championship. And those two, I think Matjen is going for the championship, or is probably even champion already after this race. They are not gonna go easy either, and the Cayman is not garbage on that track either, so it's like, this ain't gonna be easy to win the Glen. It's possible, compared to I think today. Today I don't think I have quite the pace for victory, but hey, if I can salvage this at the top 5, I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be good enough. Again. Oh, god damn it, I'm yawning so much tonight. I've gotten a bit more sleep tonight than last night. Pain.
30 seconds.
Hello there, how are you doing? You just came to the right time because we're just waiting for the formation lap to start. We've skipped the entire waiting process for waiting for the GT3 to finish qualifying. We can straight up jump into the race. Which is neat, I guess. Yeah, welcome to me driving a Maserati.
Going single file.
So.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Quick adjustment on the brake bias. Oh, we're even too far forward already. Need to drop back into position. I think all of the GT4s are a bit far on their position forward. That's preferable, so we don't have to chase the GT3 field at the end of the formation lap down so much. Although we are on a relatively short field still today. So unfortunate, we had I mean, the GT3 field is about the same size that it was in the beginning of the season, but we had, I think, nearly double the GT4 field. Like, it's usual that there's a decrease in field size, but this much is like, man. That's something. It's unfortunate. It's a bit unfortunate for the activity because last season we had a pretty big GT3 field because both the Silver and Pro split were in the same race with us GT4, so it was a bigger GT3 field, which mixes up things quite a bit more. Right, double file. Should have done more warming up of my tires. Did very minimal. Now I took my time to actually get to my position. So I have my brake bias in the correct position already. Just need to get into.
Green light, go, go, go.
It's bad reaction time for me, I would say.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the
Slight
right.
front lock there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That was a beautiful start there for me. Even though that Porsche squeezed me quite a bit there. And I would have liked to drive my usual line for the chicane, but well, I wasn't sure he was trying to send it there a bit. But I think he wasn't quite interested in really going on my inside. He just ended up there, trying to clear the other car. But yeah, I know my car's only for the first few laps really good. After that, it's... I find interesting that he has his headlights on. Like, we're not racing at night yet at all. It's in the middle of the day, literally 12 PM, so I don't know why he needs to turn his headlights on then. Seems also I take quite a lot of time to get up to pace. This car is strange here on this track. I do not get it. It just doesn't quite add up. It's both very slow and not actually that slow. but mainly it's just how it drops off. Like, it's usual that this car drops off above a race distance, but like it both takes ages to get up to speed and then it just absolutely drops off a cliff and dies. Ah, lock up again. I can't really run my brake bias any further rearwards because I'm risking burning the rear tires through. And they're really finicky. I do not want to risk damaging them. Yeah, that pretty line is interesting, but the curb does bounce you quite a lot there. So Panic struggling a bit there. That's fine. He's probably gonna pick up the pace before I can catch him. And we're going about as fast as we did yesterday. Probably a bit much cut. Nope, that was quite just about enough. As much as you can get away with. Personal, because Qualy did go slightly faster than me. Yeah, we're starting to get the oversteer. And we have actually dropped Bloom in a bit. Maybe it's hitting everyone, these tire issues. I would assume not, considering yesterday. Well, this track is very quickly that you can lose a few tenths here and there for making basically no real mistake, just getting bogged over by the physics. Interesting, everybody's running with headlights. I mean, yeah, it's cloudy, I guess, but like... Come on, guys, we're not blind in these conditions. It's not that dark. So 54 minutes of time left on fuel and 51 minutes on race time, so... No panic on the fuel front. Oh, he got unsettled there a lot, but I wasn't quite fast enough to profiteer of it. Lock up. I mean, faking anyone into believing that I'm gonna dive bomb them if this car is becoming slowly more and more difficult, because most people have figured out what this car suffers at, and that's brakes. Oh, he has a really fast line here for turn 2. Slow down a lot because of my line. Seems like I hope I didn't touch him there. Because I didn't feel a touch, but felt like he might have been touched by me. She's lapping 37 O's, basically slightly below. Slide oversteer into turn 1. Slide oversteer out of turn 2. It's starting to let off. This was my gain phase. Maybe the Porsches are suffering from similar fate than us. I don't know. Let me know afterwards. Because he has dropped quite a bit of time to me since overtaking him. Playing very loose with the track limits there. Yeah, we're starting to have issues. Tires are starting to let me now down. This is the entire issue I've been dealing with. Pace is dropping for me. I think the Porsche just hit his drop off earlier than me, but I hit it harder. Which is why that overtake happened. Oh, my front right has a puncture most likely, considering how low the pressures are. Well, that's not good at all. It's like the last thing I needed to have. It's a puncture on one of my tires. Especially in how long this race is. Yeah, that tire is about 0.5 psi of pressure. So I'm sussing a slow puncture on that wheel. Maybe the Qualy line is not the best there. It punishes my tire pressures too much. Although it can still climb up to like 26.7, it's still like quite severe amount of pressure missing out of that wheel. That should be there. We are still gapping Blumen, and the gap's behind the stable right now. I don't like that. I mean, at this point I can just do the Qualy line because the tire is already punctured. Might as well make use of it.
Faster car coming up behind you.
The leaders are coming now already? That's early. Well, we're nearly 20 minutes into the race, but still, that's still early.
Yellow flag accepted. Car on the right.
But hey, it's effectively 2 weeks in a row that I'm having to fight the panic. Ooh, this is not a good decision, mate. You're so lucky. That's me with a Maserati on the inside of you. Could I please go this side? Thank you.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Still missing that apex there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
A few more GT3s coming up.
Watch out.
I've been woefully thrown off pace with them.
Listen to the car heading sector 1. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind you.
Not really making up ground through the traffic here. On the car behind. Well, I'm definitely not catching Krejci in front. Clough was struggling with the front end of his car.
Car on the right.
Not again.
Right.
The gravel trap there. Because that's the issue with this car, like you just go freaking airborne if you take the second curb out there.
The faster car is approaching.
I find it really interesting how the McLaren can tank curbs better than me.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car is approaching. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
At least this time I didn't need to run into the gravel. Because I had to slow down anyway enough to make room for him. So panic has dropped further time. So... well, with the leaders he's not lost that much time. With the other cars he lost a lot of time more.
Faster car coming up behind you.
I'm messing up the first chicane now repeatedly. Slow puncture seems to be very slow.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
The tyre holds on with roughly this amount of air in it.
Faster car behind.
For the rest of the race it's gonna be fine. I mean, how many corners do I actually lean on this tyre? Turn 1. That's it. Okay, and 3 chicane parts, I guess.
Car on the left.
Which I guess matters a bit, but like not that much. Really, the major corner is turn 1.
Faster car is approaching.
Oh, I nearly didn't pay attention to that.
Leader on the left.
Luckily, he paid more attention than me. I mean, how often we're gonna hit traffic here, considering it took them literally less than 20 minutes to hit us the first time. We're gonna have to a bit more times this race. I'm going slower and slower for the chicane, which I find interesting. Maybe because hitting the first curb is... need to slow down more and more because the grip isn't there. Probably that. I mean, we're not... Krejci isn't escaping that fast from me either. It's not like he needs to push really either, so... Either way. Wheel spin there. Not needed.
Falling behind in the car in front, T3.
Yeah, because I had a massive wheel spin there. Otherwise the lap time would have been quicker. Yeah, I feel like down the road is a bit faster. Not going for heavy cuts, just going for A cuts. It's really interesting how I'm again in a gap where the guys behind me are slower than me. I need to upshift earlier for Christ's sake. Yeah, the guys behind me are slower than me, but the guy in front of me is significantly faster. So I can't really... I'm just ending up in no man's land again. At least we have the GT3s visiting us every 20 minutes or so, so... You know, we have to wait only like 10 minutes or so until they come back for the next visit. That can cause real bad time. Oh, Everson is in the pits. His race has not gone well. Considering his entire season hasn't gone particularly too well. Heck, he's even gone back to drive an Alpine, which gives you an idea. Like how not well this has gone. From runner-up for the championship last season to basically laughingstock this season. So I think he's won a race this season, if I'm not mistaken. And if not, well, I have Misano where my car was definitely good if I had actually performed.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Ah, fucking chicane. Oh, it's just fucking with me completely. Oh, Croatia had a slow lap and must have had a mistake on that lap. This panic has gained on me in comparison. That being down to me having again a bad run for the chicane. We have actually some lap GT4s, but they're still 30 seconds away. I think this option is a bit better. Okay, she's matching me more like. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure I had a valid 38 time on the board. And now it's like, well, you're actually not. Because my delta is saying I'm 5 tenths off, and I'm getting 6 tenths off. 37.6 instead. Ah, that's strange stuff. Look at that afterwards. Okay, I slowed down massively. Jesus. I can't drive the chicane all of the sudden anymore. It just doesn't work. messing it up everywhere I go on it. God, this is a slow lap. Yeah, the GT3s are actually coming back up to us. They're about a lap away still. Lost a shit ton of ground actually to this panic blind. Yeah, okay, Krejci is now back up to pace, fully. Clapping 37.1s is like, bruh. You're halfway through the race, like your tires, they're fine still? How? Mine are crying for mercy. Yeah, careful with the trees around here, maybe. That was a program that sucks. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of trees here. Be careful to not crash into a stationary car and eject yourself out of your car. It doesn't increase your survival chances. Ooh. Sudden understood out. Okay, don't pull a Villeneuve. Yes, cuz I'm going really slow right now. The tires are really letting off. Ooh, come on! What the fuck is going on? Yeah, the Pacers has hit the. Yeah, I put that poster there because else there would be just. What would be the English term for Pressspan? There's a fake wood texture on top of Pressspan. I mean, you could call it IKEA wood also. Yeah, I put that there because it would look not that great. Jesus, the pace is just... It worked really well up until this point, roughly, the pace, and then it's just... It's in freefall now. I only hope is that the guy behind loses again a lot of time with the traffic. I think it's over in terms of pace for me. Been running so well up until this point. And we still have 20 minutes on the clock. This is not getting shorter by any stretch. Naked stone wall in that little corner. There's no naked stone wall, that's also wood actually. It's just a different type of wood. There's no stone wall you can actually see. It's just wood panels.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Yeah, I don't know what type of wood it is. I think it's painted. I'm losing already 6/10 in the first 2 corners. 3 corners actually. It's not good. Yeah, I'm seeing you. Just pass around the outside.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
go on.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Käufe bei. He's still closing up despite the traffic. It's just the pace has gone absolutely dog shit at this point. This first sector is a bit better.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
This chicane. Man, this chicane is just something.
Car on the right.
Oh fuck.
Clear on the right.
Come on. This lap went so well up until that point, and then I lock up and lose a bunch of time.
Watch out.
Porsche driver.
Car on the left.
Let's try passing it on the outside. Suboptimal for me. There's a few more GT3 remaining.
The faster car is approaching.
We may see the leader come by us one more time before the end. I'm pretty sure we will. But I don't think the entire GT3 failed well.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I mean, nothing really exciting is happening on screen, but I have to really focus right now. Stay on top of my game here. And the minutes feel like eternities right now. I'll defend my position 2 here. Although we do seem to have a decent gap down to PE4. So don't feel like I need to worry too much about dropping off the podium. Yeah, I obviously would like to keep this position here.
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
He's closed up quite a bit on this lap.
There's a damaged car in front in sector 3. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Although he's getting mugged there by some GT3s.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I also had to deal with the mid corner, which is not ideal. Once you got just avoiding both curbs is kind of faster. Yeah, we'll steers back for that corner.
Faster cars approaching. Watch out. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, my tire pressures have stabilized in the front right. I mean, they've decreased slightly further, but like not much. I thought I had a slow puncture on that one, but it's just a pressure decrease by like half a PSI, which is strange enough, but I guess we can work with that. We need to figure out how we work with this is that back marker in front of me. So we're gonna need to lap him. Actually, Saponic has dropped back a lot this lap. I don't know. He perhaps also found a second cliff to fall off. Okay, he wants to hug actually. Brakes! You get outbroken by a bloody Maserati, for God's sakes. Like, what the hell are you doing in general? Despite that incident, the panic hasn't closed up to me. Maybe it's just consecutive laps made mistakes in the second sector. creature isn't running away either anymore. So maybe just everybody has hit the second cliff. It's just I hit the first cliff later and the second cliff sooner. I have to say, yes, to also now deal with the backmarker, so you know, that's fun. He doesn't seem to be the type that realizes that he's should perhaps let the people by. Yeah, might be productive. Still 10 minutes on the clock. Man, this feels like the longest 1 hour race I've ever done. And I know what I've just said. Maybe he's collected cuts and is now trying to stay off the curbs. You can just see Krejci turn into the chicane when I come out of the hairpin. He's that far ahead of me. Although honestly, 10 seconds isn't that much. Shut up. I don't care. The only way I get that guy is if he makes a mistake. He's just on finishing mode anyway already. If he needs to push, he can push. He has more pace in that car for sure. There's just absolutely no point for him to push. I'm not even remotely a threat to him. It's very interesting how this race developed. Compared to qualifying where I was P5. Due to my very good overtakes in the opening lap, I was able to get up to P3 and then eventually pass for P2. And that's Bullwinkle actually coming back. So we're soon gonna be lapped again. It's interesting how people that have out-qualified me are now like 15 seconds behind me at the end of it. Well, the person that out-qualified me by like half a second is barely 10 seconds in front of me. And I definitely thought that I have absolutely no long-term grip on this car. Okay. Well then, I will try to get to the end. Maybe we see each other at some point in the future. Probably. See you around. And talk again with you. I mean, it's not been that long comparatively. The last talk with you. Alright. How many laps have we done so far? 32, it feels like a lot more. I'm definitely not doing any more LFM races in GT4 this week. Definitely not. I'm done with this track. I just want it to be over. Even if I have now a halfway passable setup. Still feel like a slight bit of luck in terms of getting through a race.
Car on the right. Clear on the
Lift.
right.
Run. Well, this is long from over really, because the panic is still like about 3 seconds behind me. I mean, none of us have really made any inroads to each other or run away from each other, but you never know till the race is over. It's gonna happen. I have 5 laps of fuel remaining. That should be more than enough, then we have only 4 minutes remaining. 4 long minutes.
Faster car approaching. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right. The faster car is approaching. Falling behind in the car in front in sector 3. Car on the right. Clear on
I
the
think we
right.
have 2 laps to go at this point.
Faster car is approaching.
Well, it could be actually even 3.
Car on the left. Clear on the
Just
left.
go by. Ooh. Please don't die. Porsche obviously doesn't like curbs to begin with. Yes, the panic seems to be struggling a lot tonight. Definitely say I think I profiteered a bit of running yesterday. The slight setup tweaks might have made the difference here. But keeping the pace a bit longer, a bit more controlled, and knowing what to expect.
go.
Yeah, he's actually way further forward than I expected. Actually, no, not really. Yeah, he just about tripped that extra lap.
Car on the left. Leader on the left.
There comes the Tood. Tood. Just panic even further back. Slightly anticlimactic. I was expecting him to have him in my gearbox. I was surprised when I was able to close up to into right behind him and then actually also pass him. It really feels like the Porsche just didn't hold up tonight. Considering I was expecting my car to just completely and utterly pack up and leave before the end here. And it kinda did that. Not as much as I expected it to do, but it still kinda did that. I hope I don't need to lap this guy in front for the end. I'm finishing one race with actually not that much fuel in the end left. I have only 2 liters in the tank right now. There's no fuel warning, interestingly enough. Because I've never really run the Maserati completely dry. Actually, I filled in 77 liters. Instead of the 75 that I calculated. For 39 laps. And I would have nearly run out of fuel if I had taken 75. So yeah, that's interesting. Definitely an interesting tidbit there. Victory. Not victory. I'm P2. It feels like a victory. But there's always that one alien that has to spoil it. Right. That's fine. P2 is good enough. I came in here completely expecting just a salvage operation. And to fight for a podium and then to place on P2 is pretty solid. Can't deny that for sure. That is pretty nice. I have to say that. I have to definitely say that. That's a very nice result. Oh, hello there. I should have probably not done that so I could actually gather data from my tires. Because now the data is a bit, well, they're a bit burned. So it doesn't really tell much about the tire. I think I raced on tire sets 4, yeah, right. For light graining on the rear tires and light flat spots in the front right. Perfectly acceptable, I would say. Considering the conditions, really. Oh, we'll probably save the set, actually. Slight adjustments we've made. Tires at 1, please. I want that so I can actually use it. Then let's save this 3. Although these are all very similar, they're not really different much. That must have been a pretty good fight between Bloom and Machin behind. Pascal Weber said thanks for bumping from it was much fun after racing the whole race. It's an interesting statement, and yeah. Come on, it's gonna be a bit over the top if you're gonna report that. But okay, we're gonna briefly look at the replay, I guess. I don't think there's much for you to look at. I think we've looked at most things on the replay. Alright, a bit far forward at this point, so I lift off when the speed limiter started here, and so I'm a bit back here. Usually it is. The bugged suspension on watching onto McLaren a bit. The visual bug of that. Okay, there's a slight bump there. Nothing much, just... And I can go very much cleaner on the outsides. Now I'm on the outside of the Porsche. Yeah, I want to get off the curbing here, but the Porsche just keeps pushing out. But he gives me the room here, which was a damn mistake. He wasn't sure if he's gonna push me fully off the road, and I wasn't sure he's gonna give the room, but once he started giving it, I went for it. There, he's up the inside a bit, but I go for the wide line. But not the worst bump or the jump over there. And that's me by him. And up to P3 after starting P5. And even a bit far back on the grid slot. Still was able to gain my positions. Past the pizza. Any attempts from him? Guess he's relatively close here. I was thinking why he's not trying to like send it up the inside here, for example, but it's like probably too far back, really. Perhaps this lap he is closer. I think it's just there's too short of a braking zone. He has to brake also a lot here. I think we have a similar braking distance for that corner, which means he can't really attack me there. It's an interesting situation. So I start closing in on the Porsche in front. Get a decent run through the chicane, but it's not quite enough there. So we're heading up to the section here. And he gets out of shape here. Seems he... That's not what I wanted. But from his perspective. Do I touch him? I don't quite think so. Yeah, he puts too much throttle in, which runs him wild. No, I didn't. Not even close to touching him. Oh, that's what allowed me to get by him. He just tries then to avoid hitting me rather than attempt any pass, really. Yeah, he understeer. Clips the gravel here, so he's like a full second back. It allowed me already in the first lap there to escape quite a bit. There's a switch for TC off. Trying assists off, which are actually off. There's a wet-dry switch in the cockpit of the Cayman. I haven't looked around here. It's actually legend for like ABS settings. Yeah, it's ABS. ABS off at 0, and then you go up to between 1 and 7 for slick dry tires. I think the lower legendary is robust, because the second is humidity and temperature. So in colder temperatures you're supposed to use more ABS, and then 8 to 11 are wet maps, but I'm pretty sure nobody would use it this way really. You wouldn't run that much ABS. I mean, this guy's running 1 ABS and 1 TC in these conditions. So definitely interesting. The car doesn't look too much of a handful to drive. Seems to just be not having that much pace. He as usual brakes later than me. I have a few car links right now in hand. But there comes the Porsche full on send on him. Oh, that's unfortunate, that cost him time. Misses an apex there, but otherwise his line I think he is pretty solid. Oh yeah, and here he messes up. I think he didn't bring his A game tonight. Like, I think it just looks like he's making way too many mistakes. It's not like the car's that much of a handful to drive, it's just he's not on his marks. Which I find interesting. So it's definitely a very interesting thing. But the car does try to go sideways there, which is... getting out of that corner and flat is pretty difficult. As kind of expected. Comes the beaver by. Ooh, ouch. Car just went straight down him. Yeah, it cleared up the sky over the race distance. It's kinda cool. Temperatures although didn't seem to change that much. Maserati just in the distance, but not ever close enough really. I mean, he does at some point close up to me. Like here he is significantly closer. Well, he then also starts struggling again. In front of him there. Oh. I mean, that's the first sign that something isn't going too right when he understeers off here. We found one here. Actually, there's the window, the mirror adjustments over there. Still from the road car. Even though the door is otherwise like completely nothing like the road car. Oh yeah, and that's why the legend is there, because there's also the ABS setting switch. How did he actually get by him? Oh. Ooh, it's nearly the same thing that I did. Just that he, you know, had brakes. And I didn't, so I ran the back of him. Yeah, really, I just cannot really find where he's going massively. Like, the car doesn't look like he's struggling really, he's just not going fast. That's the issue. There's no fighting the car much, there's just, the thing is dropping pace. Okay, he missed an apex there, but like, that's not making the difference, really. I mean, it's not helping, but it's not the entire difference here. So here's the battle between Bloom and guess they finish in this order. Traffic weaving through them. The GT3 drivers were very happy when they saw me not being in a battle with Saphire. And it was just the Maserati to deal with. I think in general GT3 drivers are probably happy to pass a Maserati because, you know, dive bombing is very much on the options table. His difficulty is just... The McLaren is very fast in a straight line, so getting alongside him is very difficult even if you have the pace, like there. It's not like the Cayman is that good in like these high speed cornering. He's even really pull stuff off there. And then the GT3 doesn't quite clear him. Tries to cut under, but Lumen still had the pace on the outside, so he's driving. Oh, he pushed him there. Yeah, okay. It was the final lap, he had to try something, and wow. It was a bit unfortunate, but fortunately it didn't end up with either of them losing additional positions, so that's fine. And there's Meno coming in to finish his race off. Let's look at the start at this pass here again. He pushes him slightly into that corner. It's funny, the order of the order was actually not set yet because I have to pass another car. But the order of these three was set already at this point. I mean, it at least changed from the start, I guess. Oh yeah, what actually happened to Iversen? That would be interesting to find out. I think this is Iversen if I know it correctly. Iversen. Oh, he's not finished. No, that's Maserati actually. Maserati is in the 93. Can eliminate basically Iversen. I think the 14 must be then Iversen. It's definitely not him. Well, there should be another Alpine at that point. Okay, there's another Alpine. And that is the number 477, and 477 did finish P17. It's Runsendal. So yeah, this one hasn't finished, so it's like should have deducted at that point. And must have been him. So I mean, he's running here behind Meno. Meno is I think P5. I think P6 actually. I mean, top three are Krejci, myself, and what's his name? Goddammit, I passed them. Supanic. Right. Those three are the top three. And then we have Blumen. Well, that's the explanation. So we had Blumen and then what's his name? Maciej? Oh, I only pronounce his name. So yeah, Meno was running P6 with Maserati behind him, and then Iversen. I think at this point it's still technically that position. It's just, you know, he has damage, so he will probably retire. He's the 63 Porsche. Okay, he is actually continuing with the damage. Does he get the same bounce again? Because that would be definitely a very good reason to retire. he gets thrown into gravel there. That's probably explaining something. Here comes another GT3 by. It's on. More GT3s. Because his damage isn't too bad. I mean, he probably has aero damage, just losing a bunch of time, but like, no, he doesn't get sent here either. Like, he's probably going slow, but like he's not having. What the fuck, GT3 driver? Don't tell me you took a light or something. Oh, in. Ah, he gets sent by Runson down to the wall. And now that's a significant amount of damage. Yeah, we have a cracked windscreen, popped hood, everything. That thing is toast. That was hefty impact there. It's just so unfortunate. Well, we're gonna write this one with the HUD, I guess. It's just not so unfortunate. I think he got slight wheel spin there. Yeah, he gets wheel spin slightly, which is why he doesn't use the full track width, and Runson now expects him to do that. If not, just straight up run off, and well, it didn't happen, fortunately. Could I get my mouse cursor please back? I hate this when this happens. Okay, let's head out of here. Yes, I want to quit, thank you. So. No, I want to exit now. Yeah, too much of a pain right now to navigate any other way. Okay. Oh, this was an event for race, so there's a bunch of pings. Discord. Some other GT4 discussion. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. You said that in an hour it's planned at 2 time. Except that nobody came, apparently. He said in 1 hour, and the hour is more than over, so I don't know what the hell happened there, but he never said, like, oh, it's cancelled or something. It's gonna go ahead. That's interesting. Well then. Right, okay, now I think I'm gonna call it a night for now. Let's see what I'm doing. Maybe head to bed finally. Good night, bye bye.